Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Bobby. I own my own video production company. If you want to find out more, visit me at bemgstl.com. Well, let's get started on my first episode of Media Vault. I've been in this business now for over a decade, and oftentimes I work with a lot of ministries, a lot of churches, and I'm asked this question: how do I start a media ministry? And my response is typically this: before I answer that question, let me tell you what you need to consider before starting a media ministry. Okay, so first let's deal with the budget. Like anything else, you want to make sure that you understand you can't build a budget until you first understand what your costs are. You want to make sure that you know up front what kind of equipment you actually need, how much it will cost, are there any warranties associated with that, etc. And so in order to do that, you really need to be working with an expert in the field to make sure that you don't have to repeat any of these steps or phases over again, thus causing your budget to explode, if not trump the whole idea of starting a media ministry in the first place. So the next thing is to consider your space. I can't tell you how many times that I've visited several churches, and some big, some small, and you just see these awkward pieces of equipment, production equipment. I knew what they were because it's what I do, and I understood what the church or the ministry was trying to do as far as capture the service. But if you were just an average visitor, or perhaps even just a spectator, if you will, or a member, you probably were thinking, my God, what are they doing? All of this equipment is in the aisle, it's hanging from the ceiling, it's so low it could hit someone in the head, or, how did they expect people to get by? There's a tripod directly in the middle of the aisle. And so all these things are kind of, going through people's minds. So you want to make sure that you consider that up front, and you do sort of what I call the pre-production, the walkthrough before the actual installation of equipment, to make sure that everything is in its rightful place, and the ultimate purpose of you buying the equipment is not jeopardized. The last thing you want to consider is your equipment. The main reason why I always ask ministry leaders to wait to consider the kind of equipment to purchase last is because you need to do your due diligence up front. You have to conduct the research and the homework and talk to experts up front to find out exactly what kind of equipment you need, the kind of results that you expect to get from that equipment, and then find out how long maybe does the warranty last, or how long does what is the lifespan of that particular piece of equipment. I can tell you how many times different ministries have purchased equipment, and a lot of it, it's not turnkey, meaning that you can't just, purchase it, install it or plug it up and it just operate and do what it needs to do. A lot of this equipment has to be set up, and it has to be connected with each other in order for it to talk to each other, in order for it to effectively run and operate smoothly during service or during its time of use. And so you want to make sure that you're considering these things when purchasing equipment. And I always ask that ministry leaders to basically consult with an expert and make sure that when you are talking about purchasing equipment, that you're talking with the individual that can answer the questions that you are asking. If they are only repeating them back to you or telling you about what, they think as opposed to what they know, that's not useful information. That's not information that could actually help you. You want to make sure that they are actually answering your questions. And how do you know that your questions are actually answered? Well, you know that because you get results. Well, this concludes the very first episode of Media Vault. Until next time, I want you to like me on Facebook, visit me right here on YouTube, rate, comment, and subscribe. And then I want you to also follow me on Twitter at BEMG_STL. Until next time, take care of yourself. See ya. I'm out. Cut it.
Take some time and browse through our website.